Okay, there's a few certainties in life. One, never mix beer and alcohol. Never have unprotected sex unless you're trying to conceive a baby. Never feed a grillman after midnight. And whatever you do, do not fuck with Hardcore Henry. And with that, I welcome you to another episode of The Real Mentor, where my goal is always to enhance your movie watching experience, because that's what a good mentor does. Now, we have Hardcore Henry, a movie which is primarily shot in first-person perspective, like I'm doing right now. Now, this is not the first time we've seen this happen before. We've seen it in Doom, in Kick-Ass, for a very short period of time. This is the first time we actually seen it for the entirety of a movie's length, about 90 minutes running time. Now, I wasn't too sure what to expect in this movie. I saw a little bit of the trailer only, but let me tell you something, I hadn't been this surprised since I seen The Raid back in 2012. Wait a minute, let me get back in the character here. So now, this movie may be Hollywood's best attempt at a video game-based movie, although it's not really based off any particular video game in mind, if that makes any sense. This movie feels like it proceeds like a giant video game. Any hardcore gamer out there, you know exactly what you're gonna get into, and this movie is made specifically for you guys. I'm a big gamer, so I feel right at home watching this. This is like Call of Duty on steroids. Now, given that first-person perspective, the action sets are really well designed. This movie is really well shot, from action piece to action piece, whether it be jumping from car to car, from rooftop to rooftop, when he's fighting hand to hand, when he's shooting people with an array of weapons. This movie, it feels like a game, it progresses like a video game. The more it goes, the higher the body count goes until you finally get to the end and you almost play like a final boss, so to speak. Let me give you a little bit about what this movie is actually about, besides just being one big giant video game. We have this guy, Henry, of course, who was hurt somehow, and his wife brought him back to life, and now he's almost an android, if you so to speak. He's got his arm, his leg are robotic, some of his internals are robotics as well. And as she creates him, they're trying to design him. Some guy comes in, has got telekinetic powers, takes the wife away, and you have to go after her, and you're helped by a certain character, and basically, who cares? This movie is not about the plot. Nobody cares. I think Sharlto Copley is the only guy, any notable actor in this movie who we know from District 9, and he's cool, it's fun. But at the end of the day, this is one wild freaking ride from top to bottom. It's fantastic, the way it's made, you gotta love it. It's brutal, it's in your face, non-stop. There's actually a lot of moments of humor all there. Good use of music, particularly at the end of the movie. And this movie is, again, if you're a hardcore fan of action, if you're a big video game junkie, this is a movie you can't miss. It's great, it's as innovative as you can get. It's some of the designs, some of the things that they create, and like I said, it's very brutal, which is fantastic, which I love like that, which I compare it to kind of like The Raid, from the brutality that you get from the Raid movies, and even some of the fighting scenes that they have, you see there's still some things from there, and when you see them, well, you know what I'm talking about. But it's a wild ride. There's not much to it. Don't expect much. It's not an Oscar contender, but I could easily see this being one of my favorite movies of the year, just from an action standpoint, because we see things we just don't normally see out of action flicks, and it's a lot of fun. It's stupid, it's insane, it's ridiculous, but be that as it may, you're gonna have a really good time watching this flick. I really recommend it for you action fans out there. Don't want to give away too much. Again, the story is a little bit whatever, a little confusing, and at the end of the movie, you have no idea what exactly did I watch here. All you do know is you got a kick-ass time, even from the opening credits, which I think even rival Deadpool's opening credits. And in some ways, I kind of prefer these credits more than Deadpool's. I know that says a lot, but you know, I have to see a second viewing to make up my mind on that. But from the get-go, it's just pure adrenaline rush. It's really different from anything you're gonna see this year, there's no question about it. So, Hardcore Henry, you're gonna check it out? Comment below, kind of curious to see what you guys think about it. As always, follow me on Twitter at The Real Mentor. And of course, don't forget to catch our podcast, The Real Mentors Podcast, right now available on Podcast, Podbean, iTunes, of course, TuneIn Radio, me and my couple cohorts. We talk about movies, TV, have a little fun along the way. And of course, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.